Women are fighting for their lives. Women are fighting to exist.
We interrupt our usual schedule to bring you blanket coverage of important news.
We are gathered here today to lay to rest one hugely important figure. Whether loathed or loved, his influence has been felt in every aspect of our lives for millennia. Today, we wish to remember the physical manifestation of a corrupt concept, the man, the definitely not myth, patriarchy.
This week on GPs from Hell, we meet Mary. She's been in agony for 5 whole years. Her doctor will not take her seriously. Will she find that health is wealth, or will it be diagnosis murder?
I have terrible back pain, doctor, all across my lower back.
Back pain? Oh, dear Mary. Sure, don't I know it well. I'm plagued with it myself, Mary, plagued with it. I could hardly even get the rose bushes trimmed on Sunday. So, have you any other symptoms?
I'd be tired now. I would feel very tired.
No,
a lot of the time.
Join the club. Join the club, Mary. Aren't we all tired these days? In this hustle-bustle world. I could barely finish the 9 holes on Sunday, never mind 18. Do you golf yourself, Mary?
Oh, no, doctor, I wouldn't have time for that. I'm working back-to-back in the factory. Doing back-to-back shifts to pay for the nursing home for my mother.
Oh,
So,
Dora! Dora,
yes.
great woman. Oh, great woman, Dora. Never complained. They don't make women like that anymore. Huh? How is she?
My name is Dr. Richard Alcock, but you can call me Dick. Well, I get these women coming in complaining about the same things again and again, and honestly, it's just in their heads. What can I say? A bit of rest, a couple of paracetamol, a good brisk walk and fresh air usually does the tricks, but you do get the ones who keep coming back again and again.
Mary, it's always a pleasure to see you now, but I'm surprised to see you again so soon.
Oh, it's not that soon now, doctor. It's 18 months since I've been in with you.
Still with the back pain?
Still the back pain. Still the back pain.
And you have taken all the paracetamol I gave you?
Yes, I've taken all the paracetamol. I've taken ibuprofen, taken aspirin. I'm scared, doctor. I'm taking that many days off my work with the pain. I'm afraid I'm going to lose my job.
All these days off just from back pain?
Well, it's not just the back pain, doctor. It's I'm having women's troubles as well.
Ooh. Okay. Okay, Barry.
Honestly, it's just a bit of attention seeking, really, and to get them out of the house for a while. The women folk are hysterical by nature, and while we haven't been allowed to use hysteria as a diagnosis since 1952, which I think is PC gone mad, if you ask me, I'd say it's still very much present in the women of today and their fluctuating hormones and whatnot.
New from the company that brought you the best-selling products, Sexism and Racism,
we are proud to announce our highly anticipated new product, sectarianism.
Are you tired of hating everyone in a vague, amorphous way? When you try new sectarianism from Hate Co, you can really aim that vitriol at the religion of your choosing. Know yours is the one true God? Get your hands on a can of cool, refreshing sectarianism today.
Tired of seeing the smug face of the child of Prague on your street? Well, kick them to the curb with the new orange flavour sectarianism.
Sick and tired of all the flags? Let your hatred fly free with our patented green flavour sectarianism.
Neither green or orange flavours take your fancy? Don't worry, sectarianism is for everyone. Name your creed and we've got a flavour for it. And why stop at one? More flavours equals more options for discrimination. The choice is yours. So try yours today. Disclaimer, all flavours of sectarianism leave a bitter taste in your mouth.
Side effects may include, but are not limited to, an overinflated sense of smug self-righteousness, explosive diarrhea, a sudden urge to paint all the curbstones in your local area. In rare cases, the sudden urge to show compassion and understanding to those of different religions. In this case, we recommend our tried and tested extremist program.
She's back, and Mary is taking no more. She's done her research.
I've done my research, and women's issues are often not diagnosed at all. In fact, we weren't included in clinical trials until 1993 because apparently our fluctuating hormones make us too difficult to study. From what I've read, my symptoms point to endometriosis or something like that, but my doctor has never mentioned that to me.
You're 32 now, Mary. And
That's right.
well, you know, spring chicken, I think it's a bit too soon for the change, really. When was the last time you had the ladies' course?
Oh, just last week. I'm having my monthlies twice, sometimes 3 times a month. And that's when my back pain's the worst, and it's very, very heavy bleeding each time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, Mary, heavy and frequent periods are God's way of telling you that maybe it's time to think about having children. Now, it would be my doctor's advice that maybe you should go home and make Big Joe's night tonight.
well, doctor, that's a problem too. It's very, very, very painful. You know, that causes me a lot of pain. You know, when we try to do anything like that.
Oh, you look very wound up, Mary, really, you do. I think maybe you should relax a bit more, you know.
In 5 years, I still haven't been diagnosed. On average, it takes around 7.5 years for endometriosis to be diagnosed, even though 1 in 10 people worldwide will suffer. It's about the same as diabetes, although no one knows about it. Why? Because less than 2.5% of funding goes towards reproductive health, even though 1 in 3 women will suffer. These conditions can turn lives upside down.
Mary. You again? Same old problems, I'll take it?
Yes, doctor. Same issues. The back pain, bleeding. It's very bad. I've had to take more and more time off work. I've ended up getting the sack from my work because of all the days I've taken off. I can't claim sickness pay as I don't have a diagnosis. To make matters worse, Joe's left me. I don't know how much more I can take.
Well, Mary, we've been through all this before, and it's as plain as the nose on your face that there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. And I'm not a miracle worker, and I don't know what you expect me to do when there's nothing wrong with you.
I'm so depressed. Is there nothing you can even give me for my mood?
Now we're getting to the crux of the matter. Looking for the happy pills, are we? That's typical. All you bloody women are the same. Come in here looking for some kind of happy pills for your hysteria, and You know, the real problem is that you've simply got no pain tolerance at all, no threshold, and just the tiniest thing sets you off. You're just always making up symptoms that couldn't possibly go together or be connected with any actual.
Well, I think
No,
that's a bit
listen, you're
uncalled for. You know,
always
I
playing the
think that's
victim.
unfair. No, I can hardly
Oh,
walk.
there we go.
I'm so weak. You know, I'm using
Always
this
playing the
cane.
victim.
I-
You know, if you're finding it that difficult to walk, if you try losing some weight, that might help.
After all this time of not being listened to and being panned off with paracetamol, I've come up with a foolproof solution for being taken seriously.
Welcome back to What Were They Thinking with me, Miss Ray Present. There's a lot of talk today about representation and how we as a society are just beginning to listen to people's stories. In this modern age, we have managed to digitally reanimate some of the most very important women who for thousands of years have not had a chance to tell their own story in their own words until now. First up, we have everyone's mother, the original First Lady and made from a humble rib. It's Eve! Eve, what do you have to say to us all about how far we've come since you kicked things off?
Hello everyone. Thank you for inviting me. I'm delighted to be here. Bit surprised though that I'm a bit confused, to be honest. What's with the rib? I mean, I like a barbecue like anyone else, but yeah, I am not a rib. Myself and Adam reflected the divinity of God together as a whole. Well, that's what we thought. Doesn't seem to have worked out like that. And that's the confusion. I'm not sure why I would be created from Adam's rib. It's not equal or equitable. We were in this together. We were two halves of the same whole. Do you think we could go back and try this again? And let everyone have a voice at the table.
Oh, okay. Yes, Eve, great point. Perhaps we do need to rethink some stuff, I guess. Not made from a rib. Who knew? Next up, the original bitch is back. The undisputed queen of sex work, Mary Magdalene. Maz, tell us, how does it feel to be back in the land of the living?
First off, I'm not a sex worker. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about the sex workers, but that's just a misconception. I've done a lot of reading now since I've been brought back. And by the way, can I say, what's with bringing me back? Resurrection without consent? We're going to have a talk about bodily autonomy. Don't be bringing people back from the dead without their consent. I mean, yes, Jesus did it, but he knew what he was at. He knew what was going to happen. I'm not impressed. Anyway, as I was saying, I've done a lot of reading and I have a few wee qualms about the state of the world these days. How did we get here? How did we go from the teachings of Jesus? What is that? From love your neighbour to killing your neighbour by the thousands in the name of God. What were these about? Suffer little children to come unto me, lads, not like that. If you're going to go that dark, why not go for the vampirism or the cannibalism? Drink my blood, eat my body. Could have gone miles with that if you're going to be weird. And what's with the big white Jesus? No, I don't get it. We had it sorted. We had balance. There were male, female disciples. We were all caring about each other. I had some good ideas, but it was women bankrolling this Jesus, lads. I've read the Bible you've got. I'm only mentioned 12 times, and that's just not right. Balance is all off there. The women were in charge, clearly. And by the way, I'm not happy about this being painted out of the Last Supper just because we were sitting on the wrong side of the table.
Wow. That was a lot. Unfortunately, we are out of time, folks, but join us next week when we will be talking to the reanimated Cleopatra, who will be telling us how she really feels about being remembered as a great seductress rather than a great ruler. Actually, have we got Cleopatra's consent before we bring her back?
In the pain of the Father and the sins of the sons, I am your Holy Ghost. All men. Hail me, Mary, full of grace and tonic. The Lord was born out of me. Blessed are all men and women. Blessed are the fruits of the wombs. Magnificent boys and girls. Magnificent miracles. Hallelujah! 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 So now is the end of patriarchy. It is time for a new dawn. And in that new creation, we celebrate fertility. It is based on love of all men, women, children, and creatures. And we will right the wrongs of misinterpretation. Let us sow the seeds of this new dawn. Come.
So here's to patriarchy. For him we gather here. A friend to all unless you have no balls, or heaven forbid are queer, or poor, black, trans, different, abled. Basically just be a man. White and cis and straight is bliss to fit nicely in his plan. We've lost control, no more gender roles. The inferior no longer crawl. The rule of man is fallen. Amen. A plan for domination, a rule we now watch fall. We'll shed a tear and raise a beer, men united standing tall. There'll be women wanting paying, and dishes needing washed. Oh, we'll mourn the day he passed away. Equality at what cost? We've lost control, no more gender roles. The inferior no longer crawl. The rule of man is fallen. Amen. We've lost control, no more gender roles. The inferior no longer crawl. The rule of man has fallen.
I can't change the world, but I can change myself, and I can influence the world by what I do, you know? So it's the most political thing you can do is when you do your own thing, okay? Everybody is really the same. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to feel like they belong to. Everybody wants to be perspective. Is that asking too much? No. Everybody say love.
Love.
Everybody say love.
Love.